Hello, Becky Duff here. Welcome back to my channel. I am here to do a very small bookshelf tour / decorate for Christmas with me. So you are sitting on my cherry blossom tree bookshelf, which I absolutely love. My husband made this for me 5 years ago. It just came up on Facebook Memories. And I absolutely adore this bookshelf. I got the dog attached to me and she's got nose right up my butt. I love decorating this bookshelf for Christmas and a little bit for the fall Halloween, but especially for Christmas time. That means I gotta go through all of these, just beating up a box. That means I gotta go through all my stuff and take the books off and stuff like that. So, of course, on my bookshelf is some random Play-Doh that's like overflowing. So it's probably like hard and stuff. It's still soft in there. And then random little things like screws that fall off of whatever, the bookshelf collects it. I have our last name up there, 4 letters, D-U-F-F. And the kids just like randomly painted it when they were little. But this F just keeps falling off for whatever reason. I think this part here cracked, you can see. So it was super glued, and I think that's why it might not be hanging up properly, but hopefully my husband can get that put up. And then just cute little flower pot. I had a crocheted succulent in here, but I'm using that for this wall over here, not obviously this long one, but we have another one to hang up maybe tonight or something. We're slowly getting this wall done. And then I'll make something else for this. I have a lot of live plants, and if one more thing needs me to keep it alive, it's not going to live very long. So I will crochet something for this eventually. But there is a store in Granville Island in BC that I get like a new plant holder for like every year. This year I got a fox. This was a couple years ago, and the year like before that we went, I got a unicorn. So super duper cute. I found this when we were in Drumheller We were at Drumheller, and we were stopping at this coffee shop, and beside it there was like not a Goodwill, but something kind of like that, and this was for $1. It still has a thing on it in the window, and I was like talking to my husband, I was like, we need this, it's so precious. So my little teddy bear reading with his little nightcap and stuff on. So sweet. And then the rest is kind of like my favorite childhood books and stuff. This was not a book I had as a kid, but I bought for my kids. God Made All of Me. You can see my kids have written on it. But this is a book to help children protect their bodies. I highly, highly recommend this one, especially if you're a Christian. And it goes through, like, God said everything he made, and it was very good. And it talks about, like, how you are good and your body is good. And God made all things. And it talks about like your mouth, your hair, your nose, your arms. And then obviously God made like your private parts too, right? And it even talks about like if you don't want to hug or you would prefer to do a high five, that's okay. I can share a high five or a handshake. But also like if you don't want to, you don't have to, right? And then it talks about what if you don't want to be hugged or kissed or give a high five or handshake? No, thank you. And then it's like, who can you talk to? Who are safe people in your life? And it could be your mommy, your daddy, your mommy, a teacher, a doctor, like, and then it talks about like private parts or anything covered by a bathing suit, like safe touch, or healthy touch. Sometimes a doctor does need to look at your private parts, but it should always feel healthy and safe. Stop. And it even gives you the words, like it says penis and vagina. And there's brainstorm with your child a list of people to help them feel safe. So we haven't written in here, but you could like actually write physical names in there if you wanted to. And it even says like, but what if you or daddy or my teacher are too busy to talk? And it's like, keep it up. Help. I need help. Help me. Don't let them ignore you, right? Which is hard because we're always teaching our kids like, I'm on the phone. Be respectful of my time on the phone. But it's like, this is important. So like maybe you have to wait until I'm off the phone, but still don't give up on talking to me, right? And it talks the difference between like secrets versus like surprises. Like if you're going to have, say my family wants to throw me a birthday party and my husband's like, don't tell mom. They could be like, well, that's a secret. That's bad. And it's like, no, it's a surprise and she's going to find out about it. We're not keeping this from her forever. Right. So it kind of talks about people tell secrets when they don't want other people to know things. If anyone is trying to get you to keep a secret, tell mommy or daddy. And I recognize that not everyone has a mom or dad that they can safely tell, but that's why it's important, like maybe grandparents, an aunt and uncle, a teacher, a doctor, somebody. Hopefully you can find somebody in your life. But then it's like, what do you think about surprises? And we surprised Daddy with a present on his birthday. Secrets are different from surprises. Secrets are not nice. They can make people feel confused or sad. Surprises are fun and make people happy, right? So it goes through like all this stuff. So I highly recommend this. This is so good. And this is geared towards like younger audience. 2 to 8-year-olds understand why their bodies matter. And then in the back, there's justice, mercy, compassion. The mission of Grace is to empower the Christian community through education and training to recognize, prevent, and respond to child abuse. And 9 ways to protect your children from sexual abuse. So there's resources in here for the parents as well. And like I said, they use words like penis and vagina in this so that kids know the proper language, which is so important. Excellent book to get for everybody in your life. And then a fun book that I enjoyed as a kid, Dr. Seuss, Mr. Brown Can Moo Can You. This wasn't my book as a kid. I just found this like at Value Village or whatever, but always fun. I loved this one. I didn't read a lot of Dr. Seuss from what I remember, but I remember that one. Love You Forever, of course. One of my favorite books as a child. I remember this one. Summer North Coming by Dorothy Bentley and illustrated by Jessica Bartram. So this one is a beautiful book. I know Dorothy myself personally, and I bought this book from her. She signed it for me. And a beautiful story about the seasons and like summer and winter and stuff in Canada and growing up. A northern family romping through the 4 seasons, day and night, indoors and out. So just growing up with her kids and stuff and like some of the things they did together. This is what this story is about. And beautiful illustrations and everything. So Canadian author, if you're looking for some Canadian work to look at. Children's fiction. I have not even gone through this whole book yet, but Suzanne and James Patterson, Big Words for Little Geniuses. When I got into reading, I really liked James Patterson. I've kind of moved away from him now. But I loved this book. And the illustrations and stuff in it are very sweet. And it's full of big words like kerfuffle and juxtaposition. Things like that. So I haven't even gone through all of this yet. And then my family last year for Mother's Day, Our Mommy the Superhero starring Maya, Rylan, and Sophie. So my husband had this made for me for Mother's Day. It's one of those ones, like, obviously you have made with, like, your children's names and stuff put in it. And talking about, like, what mommy's super at and stuff like that. And then there's the Klutz Industries Destructo Bot 2000 on the loose. And I have to save the family from this kid 2000. So maybe this is Jesper. And wait, what's this? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's Mommy, right? So this one's a fun one. This is by Wonderbly. So if you're looking for a personalized book or whatever, this is a company you can go with. And then also on this bookshelf are my friends' books that I still haven't read this one. I'm going to read this for my birthday. Life is Better with Friends. And then they have a Christmas one coming out that I really want to buy as well. And I just love this cutesy art style. Is like one of my favorite art styles. It's just so cute. And you are propped up on another friend's book I haven't read yet, but I think I got this one just like at a used bookstore kind of thing, but it's a bunch of different, I guess, like trivia, facts, things like that. The official companion book. So this one. And then from the wildfires of 2016, I have my books from that as well. This is 93 out of the 88,000 stories. 88,000 people evacuated from Fort McMurray on May 3rd, 2016. 88,000 people had to flee for their lives. This is 93 stories. There's another one after this that I never ended up picking up. Like, this was $45, and I didn't pick up the other one yet. But it's literally like just people's handwritten notes that they sent in that are put, some of them are typed, some of them are handwritten kind of thing. But yeah, one of them is like a picture drawing and stuff. And then as you can see, there's actual like photos in there. I've read all of this. I think I read it on the 1-year anniversary, like around May of 2017. Into the Fire. So this is the story of a few firemen that I started reading this year, but I haven't even gone through this one yet either. And then Inside the Inferno, a firefighter story of the brotherhood that saved Fort McMurray. So this is one fireman's story that I read, and he was doing a signing at the bookstore in town here. So he drew a little flower, I think, for one of my children. Thanks for all your support. He was doing a book signing, so I bought this book and yeah, had it signed. Really powerful story of what some of the firemen went through here in town. And then Bittersweet Sands, 24 Days in Fort McMurray by Rick Ranson. So this is just this guy's experience working in Fort McMurray for less than a month. My husband bought me this for Christmas or my birthday one year, and I've read this one. And now my bookshelf is cleaned off.